There we go. Hello everybody. We're going to be doing Module 2, Lesson 20. Our objective today is that we're going to estimate differences by rounding and apply to solve measurement word problems. Now, is this going to work? There we go. Goodness gracious. Okay, the very first thing I would like you to do is on your piece of paper, write this problem. Let's first look at a pencil. Please write 362, so take away 189. Please write this down. Okay, now we are going to solve this by rounding. So what we're going to do first is we're going to round each one of these numbers to the nearest 100, and then we're going to add them up. Okay? So let's do this one. 362. We're going to round it to the nearest 100. What is halfway between 0 and 100? It's 50, right? Okay, so is it above or below 50 on the number line? It's above it, which means we're going to round up. So 362 is going to round to 400. Now, let's round this one up. You go look in the 10 spot. Is it above 50? It sure is. It's 80, and 80 is above 50, or higher than 50, so we're going to round up to 200. Suddenly, this is a very easy problem, isn't it? 400 take away 200 is 200. That's right. That's pretty much what we're going to be doing today. Okay? Now, next I would like to erase this. We're going to have four problems. We're going to have problem A, and this is problem A. 349 take away 154. We're going to have problem B, which is 349 take away 1. What's my takeaway? Okay, take away 149. Then we're going to have problem C, and that one is 351 take away 154. And then we're going to have problem D, which is 351 take away 149. Okay? So what do you notice about these problems right off the bat? What do you notice? These two start with 349. These two start with 351. This one, the first one of this set, we always take away 154. And this one, we always take away 149, right? Okay. So let's find out exactly the answer for these things. So I'm going to write it like this. 349 take away 154. Okay, 9 take away 4 is 5. I'm going to regroup. Put my 10 here. 14 take away 5 is a 9. 200 take away 100 is 100. Okay, now pause the video. I want you to find these answers, the exact answers. Okay? Okay, welcome back. Let's double check and see how you did. This one over here, 300, pen's not working very well. Okay. Find my mouse. 349, take away 149. Now, when I line it up like this, boy, I notice right off the bat. 9 take away 9 is 0. 4 take away 4 is 0. 300 take away 100 is 200. Okay, no big deal. Now let's do this one. 351 take away 154. Let's do that. I already have to regroup. So this is now a 4. This is an 11. 11 take away 4 is what? 7. Okay. Now I have 4 take away 5. I can't do that. I need to regroup. But now I have 14 take away 5, which is 9. 200 take away 100 is 100. Okay, are you noticing anything interesting? Let's do one more problem here. Whoops. 51 take away 149. I have to regroup. 11 take away 9 is 2. 4 take away 4 is 0. 300 take away 100 is 200. Okay. What do we notice about each one of these numbers? 195, well, that's pretty close to 197. And that's also the 200. We've got 200 is pretty close to 202. What is the difference between them? What is 202 take away 195? How many numbers on the number line are they apart from the lowest number to the highest number? Well, let's just see. I have to regroup clear over here. Okay, now I have 12 take away 5, which is 7. 9 take away 9 is 0. 100 take away 100 is 0, too. So 7. They're only 7 numbers apart. That is not very many. Okay. Now, let me clean this part up right here because we're going to need this space. Okay, back to the pen. Now, I would like you to solve this by rounding. Okay? So, now we're going to put this. This means approximately. Okay, we're going to look at the 10 spot. Are we up to 50 yet? Oh, we are 1 away. We are so close to 50, but we're not. So can we round? Do we have to round up or down? Doesn't matter how close you are. If you're not to the halfway part, you have to round down. So this one is going to be 300 take away what? Well, this is a 50. This is above 50, so we're going to round that up to 200, which would mean that this answer right here is approximately, right little, 100. Okay, let's do the same thing with this one. 349, we already know that it rounds down to 300. And what would 149 do? Well, it's that 49 again. It's real close to 50, but it's not 50. So we're going to round it down to 100. Now, this means that it's approximately 200. Okay, now let's do the same thing with this one, to your approximate signs, or about signs. 351, is it above the 50 mark? Yeah, just barely, but it works. We can round it up. So this is going to be 400. What did 154 round up to, or round to? Rounded up to 200. Which is approximately 200. Okay? Now, wait a minute. I really don't want us to use this because this is actually an equals. So let's just go back. But when we do our estimates, it really is an approximate. I would like to go back and change this. Okay, here we go. Now, 351, it rounded up. We remember that. So that's going to be 400 take away what was 149, it rounded down because it wasn't quite 50, so that's 100. And 400 take away 100 is 300. Whoa! What's the difference between my highest and my lowest numbers? We have 300 take away 100. What? That's 200. We have 200 numbers on that number line between the highest and the lowest. Before we only had 7. Wonder why that's the case. But which answers, before we look at that, let's look at which answers are closest to the real answer. Which estimates are closest? So compare over here. 195, is that very close to 100? Not really, it's practically 100 apart. This one's 200 and this one's 200, so this is really close. That's right on. This is 197. This answer was 200. That's pretty close. It's quite close, isn't it? But this one, 202 to 300, that's almost 100 apart too. That is not very close. These two were very, very close. I'm wondering why these two were very close. And these two were so far apart. Okay. Now, what we have going on here, I would like to use my highlighter, is that these are, this one right here and this one right here does what? They both round down. This one right here and this one right here, they both round up. They're very close. This one rounds down and this one rounded up. They didn't have the same. This one rounded up and this one rounded down. And when you have that separation, then that's where you get the big differences in your estimates. And they aren't very good estimates, are they? They're not very accurate. If both of them round down, they're going to be pretty close. Both of them round up, they're going to be pretty close. Much closer than the ones that do the opposite directions. Okay, now, this being said, let's clean it off. I'd like to move to the next page. See if it'll go. Looking at the blank page. Here we go. Come on. All right. My PowerPoint doesn't want to work. It's just stalled out. Let me do this. Well, let me change it. There we go, there we go, there we go. Fantastic. Okay, now, instead of doing the application at the beginning, the application problem, let's do it at the end. Okay, here we go. This one is about Millie's, oh, there it goes. Okay, we would like, oh, because it kept adding and adding and adding. Isn't that funny? Okay, just a minute. Okay. Let's find the cursor. Let's see, we'll get to it. Come on, computer. Things just kind of stalling out today. There it is, right there. That's the one I want. Now we'll play it. Okay, see, just computer glitches. Now, get a pencil. Let's get this finished. The application problem we're going to do at the end is because we are doing a problem that is actually what we've been doing, but now we're applying it to liters of water. So we can do that easily. Millie's fish tank holds 403 liters of water. She empties out 185 liters of water to clean the tank. How many liters of water are left in the tank? We need to round to determine the answer. Okay, so is this an addition problem or a subtraction problem? Well, she's taking water out, so that would mean logically that should be a subtraction problem, right? Okay, find my cursor. All right, come on here. So 403 liters. We're going to take away 185 liters. But 403 is approximately what? What is this approximately? I would like you to estimate, round, and then solve the problem. So pause for a moment, and you do the math problem. Okay, welcome back. 403 rounds to what number? If we round it to the nearest 100, it's going to round to 400, isn't it? 185, it's above the 50 mark, so it's going to round up to 200. 400 take away 200 is easy. It's 200 liters. Okay, now let's try something else. Let's round it a different way. Instead of rounding it up to the hundreds, let's round it to the nearest tenth place, and let's see if we're close. So, this time I'm going to erase this part. Okay. And my mouse here. Now, let's round it to the nearest 10. Pause your video and round it to the nearest 10. Okay, welcome back. 403. We look down at the one spot if we're rounding up to the tens. It rounds down because it's not halfway between 0 and 10. It's 5, and it's below the 5, so we're going to round it down. So we're going to round it down to 400. We're rounding this one. Where are we going to round this one to? one we're going to round up. So the next 10 is going to be 90. So it's 190. Now we take this away. Okay, 0 take away 0. We're going to regroup. 10 take away 9 is 1. 300 take away 100 is 100. Now these are liters. So 110, that was a big difference. Oh, sorry, 210. That's not a big difference. That's the answer I was looking for. 210 was pretty close to 200, wasn't it? Yeah, so rounding to the nearest 10 often can lead us to a similar answer as rounding to the nearest 100. All right, good luck with your homework. See you in the morning.